But do you foresee a runoff?
No. No, not at all.
Omari?
Not at all.
There can be a possibility of a runoff. Scientifically, there can be a possibility of a runoff. Practically, it doesn't seem to be there. Why do I say that scientifically there is likely to be a runoff? The effect of Wajakoya is not an effect anybody is going to underestimate. I have told you I've been in the campaign trail every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm always on the campaign trail in West Mogrango constituency. That is where Wajakoya is not even supposed to be known. But you get to the people and you hear his name being mentioned. Then you ask, boss, who is that? A critical mass is following Wajakoya. And if Wajakoya takes more than 3 million votes, which is a possibility, we are likely to go a runoff. The reason why I'm raising the scientific approach to a runoff is that for one to be the president, he must get 50 plus 1.
Yeah.
Then he must get 24 counties to have 25%. That 25%, the two front runners will get. But the element of Wajakoya, the excitement he brings in, though much of the Wajakoya effect has taken much of the Ruto support. Much of the hustler people who were pro William Ruto now seems to be going towards Wajakoya. So in my own view, I think that aspect can cause a flip something. Number two, when you look at what happened to Sonko, the Sonko factor that people had ignored, Sonko factor adds more punch to Raila Odinga. For example, now the coast region that looked waiting to know the direction it will go, the Nairobi region that was waiting to see where it will go, the Kamba nation that was looking for where to go, we are likely now to see a more solid Kamba block of voters coming into Raila Odinga's camp. We are likely to see a more youthful constituency of Nairobi young men and young women moving into Raila Odinga. When you add that, and as I've said, the president's touch, and you'll see probably the president might never campaign in Central Province. The president might be going to far-flung regions that have no issue with the perception that has been created of the presidents. For example, Samburu, Marsabit, Isiolo, the president will come to Nyamira, Kisii, so he'll go to Kuria.
He redefines his strong.
He redefines his, and that's what Prof said, it is a targeted campaign. It's not a general campaign, especially where resentment is likely to arise. He has already left Mother Karua to take control of the central region. In my own view, I think if the motion as it is continues, there's a likelihood of having Raila Odinga hitting a 58% and William Ruto doing a 42% or a 41% as Wajakoya gets a 3 or 2%.
But Prof, how come you're so sure that there won't be a runoff?
In order to be a runoff, mathematically even, one candidate must get sufficient numbers. I mean, the third horse, so to speak. Or is it a donkey? It must go away with some votes. More or less like what Kalonzo Musyoka got in 2007. Number one. Number two, the difference between number one and two must also not be very significant. So that the moment somebody else comes in with about 7, leave alone 3 million. If Wajakoya were to get, say, 800,000 votes, that begins to beckon the possibility of a runoff, especially if the difference between Raila and Ruto is not that significant. Now, why do I say there will be no runoff? For two reasons. One, Wajakoya is doing very well. He's my friend, doing very well. And it's caused excitement. But that excitement will not translate into votes. It's unlikely to be felt on the 9th of August. So I do not see him getting the kind of votes. And I'm not talking about 3 million that he's talking about. I'm talking about 700, 800,000 votes. Even 600.
Getting there.
He can't get there. Oh, certainly he cannot get.
Maximum will get his vote by your prediction.
100,000. That he will really have tried. And that cannot cause a runoff. Secondly, it's now becoming clear that Raila is winning this election. And that that image of a Raila winning the president is going to have the effect of swaying so many people to Raila that I can see, like Omar is saying, Raila will win this election with such a comfortable margin that number 3 would have to get somewhere beyond 1 million votes.
Okay.
Because the difference between Raila and Ruto is likely to be about 1.5, 1.8 million votes.
Okay.